Welcome to yet another episode of the Talkative Football Podcast. Thanks again for listening in. Like always, we got your host and moderator here, Marcus, and the one and only Chelsea fan, Chelsea affiliate, Shegs. Guys, let me tell you, man, this weekend wasn't a great weekend for your boy here. As you may know, I'm the Manchester City fan on this podcast here on the panel, and let's just say it wasn't our brightest moment this past weekend. So, when Chelsea loses, I'm always the one egging them on, so I'll take my lashings today. So we'll start off, rip off the Band-Aid straight. So I'm going to let you go first. Go ahead, give it to me. Go ahead.
First of all, you lose to the worst team in the league and get knocked out.
In my defense, that win puts them at 9 in a row. Carry on.
Puts who at 9 in a row? Southampton?
No, Manchester United, bro.
Oh, okay.
That puts them at 9 on the spin, bro.
I'm not talking about Man U yet. I'm talking about Southampton.
Oh, okay. So, all right. A useless cup match. That's fine.
Well, it happened and it was still very fun to watch. You guys did nothing that game. I guess you thought it was just like, it was an easy match against Southampton, but you're right. Carabao, I guess you guys don't really care about Carabao.
We've won it the last 6 out of 9.
6 out of 9.
So like I don't really blame the boys for the performance they put. Plus, Pep likes to tinker with things, and he started off our back four. Once I saw our back four, I knew more serious. We had a youngin at left back. We had Laporte and Kyle Walker as our center backs, and we had João Cancelo as our right back. And we know the way João Cancelo, we like to play João Cancelo. He's not really a back. He drops when we have the possession. He drops into the midfield and acts as an extra midfielder, and we play 3 at the back. So realistically, we had a center back rotation of Laporte as our main center back, with the youngin on his left and Kyle Walker on his right. Like,
it did not work out.
No, it did not. Not at all. Like, I mean,
it's 2 absolutely insane goals too. So it's not like it was just they dragged you down in the mud and stole one from you. They actually ran.
Well, see, that's the thing.
That is on Pep. Pep doing his tinkering. I don't know why. But,
it helps. It helps, and I understand. Like we have the squad that we have. Our bench runs deep, so I understand you're gonna have to tinker a little bit to in order to get some guys into the roster. Make sure everybody is happy and everybody gets some playing time, because you can't, as talented a roster as Manchester City is, as talented a team as Manchester City is. Well, it's a unit. Everybody needs to be on this thing together for it to run together.
I can understand giving minutes to the youngins in the lowest cup, but Pep, he can't really get. Well, he's gonna get away with it because playing Kyle Walker at center back is like an insane crime against football. But yeah, I guess he wanted to prepare for the Derby, and that didn't go according to plan either. What happened?
So, to be honest, if not, and we're going to get to this in a moment, if not for that egregious call, we would have come out with a draw. And honestly, I would have accepted a draw. But ever since we've come back from the World Cup, our top guys just haven't been shooting. Haaland aside, this is the Manchester Derby makes it the first 3 consecutive matches he hasn't put up a goal or an assist all season. So that in and of itself is surprising. But I look at that and I don't really blame him because since coming back, the main guys that were giving him, the service, they haven't been hitting. Phil Foden hasn't looked the same. Um, Kevin De Bruyne, he's still walking with the stench of Belgium on him. Um, Rodri, my goodness, I don't know what the heck is going on with Rodri. That his performance against Man United, yo, you would think we were playing with 10 men down. Man, the man was non-existent on the field, on the pitch rather. Mahrez, I can't even get upset with Mahrez because he's what he is. When he's on, and more majority of the times he's not on. So
He shows up every now and then, though.
yeah, but it's too few and far in between. Jack Grealish, I think now we're starting to really, really see the money's worth because this season he's been on a good tear. He's been giving us an ample production, not production worthy of his price tag just yet. But we're starting to see some things. I think. Yeah, exactly.
We see what he does now, like more often. But
Exactly.
what I really want to ask is, where has Foden gone to?
Fam, yo, honestly,
Foden,
I was just thinking, when I saw this dip in form before the World Cup, I was thinking, okay, the World Cup's coming up. He's gonna play a main role in England. He's saving himself. These things happen. So I'm like, okay, it's fine. He's gonna go on to the World Cup. He's gonna have a great, do great, perform great, and then he's gonna come back and things will be smooth sailings.
no. The stench
I
of
should have known. I should have known there was going to be trouble when looking at England and seeing what the manager was doing. His name escapes me at the moment. Southgate.
Okay.
How Southgate was handling that team. Excuse me. The Phil Foden barely played. Jude Bellingham barely played. Like,
It's really perplexing. You take these players and you send them to the World Cup, and then they come back worse. And you see with Foden, you see with Phillips. Okay, Haaland didn't go, but let's talk about Haaland after this. Mahrez shows up. I don't know. I just love to wake up and just see a Man City L. It's beautiful. And wait, aren't you now on level in the same amount of points with Man United in the league?
no, Man U is below us. Man U's in fourth. They're on the same points as Newcastle, I believe.
Okay. Hmm. That's good.
Let me actually check the table again there. Make sure I get that right. Pretty sure they're on the same points as Newcastle. Let me see. What the heck?
Yeah. Arsenal 47, City 39, United 38. Both United's 38.
Newcastle and Manchester. But Newcastle has a goal difference of 22. My gosh.
Yeah, like that's amazing.
Newcastle's scoring. But all right, before we move it back to Haaland real quick, let's talk
in the league first of all. But they are scoring a decent amount, at least more than
But now let's talk Man U side of things. So what I'm impressed about is Rashford. The guy is in scintillating form.
Yeah.
Now I'm just thinking. My question is this what we're going to see going forward, or is this just another one of Rashford hot streaks? Because he's had those hot streaks. Now, granted, he's had a plethora of managers. He's had Mourinho. He's had Ten Hag. He's had Ralph Ragnick. He's had, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So he's gone through a couple of managers, and while he didn't perform under Ralph Ragnick, under Mourinho and under Ole, he had his hot streaks. Now the issue with Rashford that has always been the thing is consistency. I don't think he's ever been able to put together like a full-on season's worth of performances, at least a performance that you would expect from one of your main forwards. You know.
Well, I think Rashford right now is definitely his hottest streak and definitely the least likely to continue. He's definitely because you can't. What is it like 8 consecutive home games he scored, and then he scored a brace against in the cup. I think he showed up against Man City. It is his team now. Like that's his attack, like 100%. But like another really hot striker, he's definitely going to plateau. I also wanted to ask, like, is this one of our other Chelsea fans' predictions about Haaland coming true?
Which
About
was
Haaland dropping off significantly in the second half of the season?
no, no. We're just seeing a slight blip. I mean, it is what it is. Right now, the players around him aren't playing up to par. What we're seeing when we see City play is my guys having to drop super, super, super deep, and having to come and pick up the ball just to get a feel of the ball, just to get some touches.
He should not be doing
That's
that at all.
that.
I just son, he should not be doing that at all. Like
That's what I'm saying.
Leave it higher up the pitch and just shoot and pass
That's
it.
what I'm saying. He needs to be right in front of the opposing center backs. Like he shouldn't be having to drop into to midway in the pitch, or sometimes even into our third, just to get a feel of the ball. And the reason he's doing that is because our guys aren't getting it to him. Now, for whatever reason that is, that's up to, we need to figure that out. But we need to tell Haaland, you listen, you need to stay up there, because now when it came times that we were able to attack United on some form of counterattack, or they had a gap that we were able to expose, when we needed that final touch in the third, to that final bit of teamwork and finishing ability, there was nobody there. I'm looking to see, okay, where's Haaland? I'm seeing him. Granted, the man can haul ass, but I'm seeing him seriously have to haul ass to get back. And by the time he even gets there, the man gets so frustrated because guys give up on waiting for him, and they start passing back, sideways. Yo, there's so many runs just being ignored. And Mahrez is the main perpetrator of this. I think nobody does this more than Mahrez, ignoring runs behind. But that's just the state that City is in right now. Now, the other resident Chelsea fan on this squad, I don't like to indirect to our viewers. So Zach is the one I'm talking about here. He thinks that Haaland is about to go on this. Basically, if you're an American football fan and you've heard of Max Kellerman, remember what Max Kellerman said about Tom Brady and the cliff. This is what he thinks that Haaland's about to do. Haaland's about to drop off a cliff, and he's about to end up the season with 32 goals overall. Man's already at 21. So that's the type of bullshit that has to deal with.
32 goals still is an amazing season. But is Haaland stopping Man City from playing their best football? Because now you have like this amazing striker who can score, but he's not really a Grealish or a Mahrez or a Sterling or someone that's really up there that can really ball, like, let's say, someone like Alvarez. Are the allegations?
No, when you say really ball and you bring up Alvarez, what exactly?
In terms of
like if you
in terms of cutting it back, recycling possession around the box, in terms of like actually being involved in the build up and not just being at the end of things.
So I think he has the capability to be involved in the build up. I mean, we've seen quite a number of goals, and he does have quite a number of assists on the season already, and that's just from him, being part of the build up play. I can bring up the exact stats for you, but
I run stats.
Let's see here. So 8 assists on the season.
Pretty decent, but I don't know. I might have to
Yeah, we got
depending on what happens next.
3 assists on the season. Well, wait. 3 assists in the Premier League. They gave us the 8 assists all comps, but 3 assists in the Premier League. So he's able to be in the build up. I think what we're seeing is the growing pains because we have to remember this is his first season. What we've seen at City is new signings. That first season is supposed to be the understanding season. The second season is when things get real.
Mm.
So the man scoring 21 goals already in 18 appearances in the warm up season, the understanding season. I think we're still we used to play with an out and out striker with Aguero, and then due to Aguero's injuries and his, which caused him to lose a lot of his, speed, quickness, the shiftiness that he had that, allowed us to play with an out and out striker. We changed him to a false nine to still be able to, utilize his skill set. And Aguero, that's easy for him. He can play with the ball. So that's why we switched out to that, recycle, take our time. If we don't see it, just stay. As long as we stay in the vicinity of the final third, as long as we bide our time, a hole will open up. But now we're going back to now we have our quick strike. Now we have a guy who could, make runs behind again. It's going to take us some time to get out of that mold. And while we've done a good job at times, I think what we're seeing is old habits die hard.
Or is it that the Premier League is getting better at stopping Haaland? Because a prediction I made that as the season goes on, more and more teams are going to find new ways and better ways to stop him from scoring back-to-back hat tricks and braces and getting those assists. I can definitely see his production drop, not off a cliff, but maybe roll down the hill a little bit.
I won't.
After the fact, now, I can say okay, it's not gonna be as easy for him as it was the first couple of games because it seemed like Man City was going into these run of games where they could really solidify their hold in the title race and really catch up to Arsenal, especially with Arsenal's matches. And now you have a cup. Okay, we can just not talk about the cup anymore. But now you have a game against Arsenal coming up in another cup competition. You have a bunch of attacking players that are out of form. You have Haaland looking frustrated. Where do you guys go from here?
Hey, nowhere but up. Nowhere but up. Crazy. This is the thing. This is our low, and we're second in the league on 38 points. 8 points clear of Arsenal, true, but still second in the league on 38 points. 39 rather. I think we're due. I think this game against Spurs is going to be the perfect comeback game coming up. And I think what it is just the surrounding supporting cast is in a slump. KDB's in the slump. If you look at his outside of the assist from this most recent game, if you look at his since he came back from World Cup, the man hasn't been a factor really.
Yeah. He still thinks he has Lukaku up front. Poor.
All right, but before we put a wrap on this, I just have to make this. I have to bring this up. I don't know what VAR was doing. I don't know how the ref thought this was a goal, but that their equalizer goal was a clear offside on Rashford.
He was he didn't touch the ball, but he was interfering with play. Like, there's no way the goalie and the defenders thought Rashford wasn't involved in that play, and just leaving it, like, it should have been overruled. And
Our defenders is tied.
honestly, I don't like. I'm a Chelsea fan. Like, it doesn't bother me taking you guys consider the goal, but looking at like the way like Premier League refs come out after the fact to insist that they got it right, even when you can like go and read the laws, it's embarrassing. Like, I hate refs more than I like incompetence more than I like love seeing Man City lose. It's kind of it's so bad. It's bad.
It's just nonsense. Because defenders aside, all you have to do is look at how Ederson, set himself. He set himself as if Rashford was going to take the shot. In the last minute, Bruno Fernandes takes a shot. Because Rashford.
If anything, it was Bruno Fernandes that wasn't interfering in play until the last moment where he just got in there. Like, it's strange. Strange, man.
Nonsense.
I think things like this, my prediction for City, second. That's it. Arsenal are not the title favorites. And all this happening all at once for Man City is not a good sign. Yeah, hey. You think you can still win the Premier League or a champion?
To be honest, yeah. I mean, I think we can give it a good shot, but I don't. To be honest, I don't think the Premier League is the main focus for us this season. I mean, just like the Carabao Cup, we won 6 of the last 9. We've won 3 of the last 5 for Premier League. So maybe even more. I may be getting that wrong off top, but we've won a lot of the last, few Premier League titles, and so the biggest thing for us is Champions League. I think if somebody came to me, what do you say?
I think it's 3 or 4.
Oh, okay. But yeah, if somebody came to me and say, "Yo, you're not going to be able to Arsenal's going to run away with this Premier League title, but you're going to another Champions League final," I'll take it. I'll take it.
Well, I think you're gonna win the Champions League at all.
All right, time will tell. No need to mess up things right there, but time will tell. Okay, and on that note, we go on to the other derby, the North London derby. We mentioned Arsenal and Tottenham earlier. Now 8 points clear thanks to this win. Tottenham aren't doing themselves any favor because, they decided to give Arsenal some help with that first goal by the looks of a Hugo Lloris own goal. Yes. I had no idea what he was doing at his near post with that shot.
Even I forgot who was like supposed to be marking Saka on that side. It was just weak. It was weak.
It was Sessegnon. I can't pronounce his last name.
Sessegnon. I think it was just weak. I was like, Spursy, of course.
But okay, before we talk about Arsenal, I mean, let me just give them their flowers. Beautiful job that Arteta's doing. He's really proven that the only person that can beat Pep is Pep. So I gotta thank him for that.
How long did you have that one in the team? Come on. You waited to say that for like a week.
You're only upset because it's true.
Only one that. Have you heard of Thomas Tuchel?
You're only upset because it's true. You're only up. First off, Thomas Tuchel won that Champions League. It wasn't even his team.
You never beat Tuchel. Tuchel won that every time.
Tuchel doesn't still have the job, man. First off, talk about longevity before. First off, talk about longevity before you start comparing track records. Yeah. All right. Now back to the North.
Never a challenge like Chelsea though, but Barcelona where you had Messi to Bayern. Where
I think Liverpool was a pretty challenge, bro. The years we won, it was only by 1 or 2 points.
Like he's always had the premium jobs where he always got everything he needed to be successful. So, but like, come on, don't say like
Stop it.
Or Pep is the only one that can beat Pep. Come on,
stop it.
Come on.
Anyways,
2 games. Like you think Pep made those decisions? But because what he was like, oh, I'm just gonna do this and switch it around. And who did he play in midfield for that final? No, he saw Thomas Tuchel's team as like, I have to fix it. I have to do something. And it shot himself. I'm not saying. I just feel like that was very disrespectful. Like, that was just some bullshit. Like, you put that one. Like, come on. Man.
So you're saying you're not upset, but you're saying all this.
That was outrageous, bro. Anyways, Spurs are being Spursy.
No, wait, hold on. Is it Spurs being Spurs, or can we actually, admit that I was onto something a few podcast episodes back when I mentioned Antonio Conte?
Here we go again with this agenda.
What do you mean, here we go again?
What?
The man got out-coached again.
What are you going to tell me? Like, Conte is a oh, wait. So,
Spurs have been down from, they faced
by Arteta, the most informed team in the league. Okay, first goal is just classic Spursy. Like, come on. But the rest of it, no, that was all Arsenal.
The first goal was not classic Spurs. Yes, the mistake itself. The own goal itself of Hugo Lloris, classic Spurs. Just always something crazy in that for the Spurs. But the to even create the opportunity to even set up that shot for the mistake to even take place, that was horrible defending. The Spurs had horrible defending the entire time. Right, Sessegnon, I'm sorry if I butcher his name. I'm going to be butchering his name the entire time for this segment. But Sessegnon, he's playing left wing back. It's hard. They put him in there to overlap. That's fine. Overlap, send crosses, do whatever. But that dude was he was spending all the time up front, and he refused to do his defending duties. That ball to Saka was open all day long, and you would think after getting burned the first couple of times you would have learned. No, and that's ultimately what created that chance. And it was kind of the same thing with the Odegaard's goal, because again they were attacking that side. The man left holes open the entire game, and to not be able to make adjustments, that's Conte. First off, the initial game plan is Conte for.
You can blame it on Conte though. Like, what did Son do that game? Nothing. What did Harry Kane do? He had like one chance. Richarlison came on and did nothing. Like, you're acting like Spurs have this like insane squad that should be challenging for like Premier Leagues because it's Conte in charge.
I'm not saying that they should have an insane squad.
They just have a woefully just incompetent team. Their players just can't cut it. And by the way, that squad is still challenging for Champions League spots, where teams that are supposedly better and better coached in Liverpool
are challenging though.
6.
Are they challenging though?
Liverpool are 9th. Excuse me.
I mean, but I'm not even concerned about Liverpool or Chelsea for that matter. You said Champions League spot, so I'm only looking at Champions League. They're 5 points clear of the 4th place spot. So I'm confused. Is that really challenging?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. They're still in there. It's only 3 point. It's a 3 point gap. Okay, 5 point gap. That's 2 games. That's a draw.
I mean,
that's
you say that, but three of the top 4 have a game in hand, and 2 of those is a 5 point gap. Well, no, actually, one is 5 point, one is 6 point, and then Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal's 14 points.
They're in there. They're exactly where they're supposed to be. Like, Conte can only do so much, and we've come to this like conclusion earlier. Conte can only do so much with that team, but he's not a miracle worker. There's only so much Conte can do. Like,
I think the game has moved on past Conte's style. If he isn't trying to evolve, then this is what you see is what you get.
He doesn't have
If he isn't trying to make changes, what you see is what you get.
I hate that you're making me defend Conte to this extent, but he does not have the players play his preferred style. That's not Conte's style.
And what preferred style is that?
He's been at since his Chelsea days.
What preferred style is that? Park the train station.
Oh, the part where you have a defense that works and keeps clean sheets. That's not happening. That has never happened at Spurs. He has been unable to reproduce anything close to any of his other teams in that defense. I don't think that's not a Conte flaw or a mistake on his part. It's the whole club, the structure of the club, and the players he has to work with.
All right, fair enough. Last question on this match. And then we can move on to the next. Arsenal. Right now, they're 8 points clear at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Can they keep it up to ultimately secure their first title in quite a bit? I think, in my opinion, they only have really 2 challenges left. I think they have Manchester United coming up, and then the match against us. I don't know which one comes first. I'm not talking about the cup tie. I'm talking about Premier League. I'm not sure which one comes first, but I think
it's on Sunday.
They beat.
Yeah. I think it's Man U on Sunday for them.
Okay. They beat Man U and they beat us. I'm willing to concede the title. I think those are the last 2 obstacles. Because then at that point, it's going to be. Their schedule is going to be pretty.
Yeah, pretty. They don't have Europe this year. Do they? Let's see. Yeah. Whoa. Wow. This is an amazing schedule for them. They have how many Premier League games left? And like this looks like 10 and like a game against Man City in the FA Cup. Yeah, it looks like they're home and away. If they can secure points against Man City, like specifically, then that's it. Congratulations.
They continue what they're doing, and this is a done deal. That's what I'm saying.
I think it's too late for like the idea of like any type of like total collapse to happen. Here, like Arsenal against Man U, I can see them getting away with it. They're going to at least draw that game. I don't see them losing that game. But Man City is where the danger really lies with them. Like Man City twice. And, with Man City being able to make
we still have to play them. We still have to play them both times?
Yeah, home and away.
So that's 6 points. I thought we only had 1 match left against them.
Wait.
Are you sure we didn't play them before the World Cup?
Did you play them? Because I see Arsenal home here, but I don't see a... Okay, that's FA Cup. So have you played them? Let me see a head-to-head.
Actually, no, I don't think we played them. No, I don't think we played them. Because their Europa League tie took the place of our...
Yeah, we played them twice. So one February 15th, April 26th. Yeah, that's 6 points.
So that's 6 points, That's 6 points, and they draw 2 matches. That's the 8-point gap right there.
So it might actually just be Man City's title to lose. I don't know, but Man City would have to go on an insane, like.
I mean, around this time we always around this time every year we go on our usual.
Yeah, like this 13 game winning streak, where everybody was looking at the table and crying themselves to sleep. Like
it's not as bad as Centurion when we that Centurion year we cleaned up that title very early on. I think it was like a month early. month and a half.
Yeah, well, you have to go on a similar run to make it because you still got other teams to play other than
I mean,
us.
but you know we're always due. Yeah, you know we're always due. We're about to enter. We're about to enter the soft part about our schedule. Like, let me tell you our upcoming fixtures,
Ooh,
bro.
huh? You have to pass the Conte test on Thursday.
On Thursday, toughest one is gonna be January 20. No, that's FA Cup. Um, oh, we played Conte twice right on off top. We played Conte twice. Okay, we have Tottenham on 19th. Then we have them on February 5th. But our next five matches goes Tottenham, Wolves, Tottenham, Aston Villa, Arsenal. I'm not gonna lie, the only tough matchup I see there is Arsenal. And then after that, we have Nottingham Forest, and then a tough match against Newcastle, and then Crystal Palace, and then West Ham. Now, the only thing is, around that point, we do have Champions League in between. But that's
Yeah,
against RB Leipzig. So,
yeah, that's well, yeah, we'll see.
yeah, man. Around this is the time. This is usually the time our schedule gets a little bit light, and we can get on that run. So
You have
you might take that back.
game. I think wait, is it the second and last game? Okay, no, that's not the full schedule. Okay, that's like 6 games to go. That's when you face Arsenal at home. And then you have like a match against Chelsea right at the death. That could be the game where Chelsea decide to show up and just end Man City's title dreams.
Yeah, all right.
I'm calling it now.
Man, first off, you need to be trying to get into the what's the new European tournament, European League,
Whatever, bro.
Euro League. Is that what it's called?
Stop pretending you don't know what that competition is called.
I don't know.
Stop.
I called the statue of Chelsea. Ooh. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man.
You say that, but it's like even if when we eventually qualify for the UEFA Conference League.
I'm sorry. You're being serious. You're being serious. I'm sorry.
That will
When
you
you
more your trophy that Man City doesn't have. Okay, so yeah, we
I think typically I would feel offended, but I'm all set. You can have the conversation.
That's fine. We just win every trophy that's available to us, like in our club history. So
Yes, available. Don't say available like you had options. Say you win the only trophies you can obtain.
That's fine. That's fine. Conference League, like really, but we're gonna be cooking next season with these signings that we have.
I do think your team next season with the signings you made is going to be quite scary. Going to be quite scary. But hold on, before we talk about transfers, I just wanna talk about our last match from the week. Well, the last notable one, which is we have to talk about what Brighton did to Liverpool. I got. So Brighton did to Liverpool, and you know what's crazy? It's not the first time Brighton did this to them. Before the World Cup, I think they took a pretty bad L to Brighton.
Was it this the 3-0? Wait, so what was the one before that?
I think.
Oh no. There was a 3-3 in October. But yeah.
Oh, was it 3-3? Yeah, it was 3-3.
Might be somebody else, maybe like Brentford, that did Liverpool dirty before the break. Yeah, it was Brentford that did them 3-1.
3-1 before the World Cup. Okay, so yeah, yep. They took a bad L before the World Cup, but so Brighton, had their way with them. Liverpool has now dropped all the way down to ninth, pretty much level with your Chelsea boys. They're only above you because of goal difference.
Yeah.
Because you have that person by the name of Kai Fraudhurst.
We also do have a game in hand. I think that's important to state. But yeah, Liverpool not doing so well. Like misery loves company. I've been bonding with my Liverpool fans from across the pond, and we're giving each other hugs and back rubs. Feel better about how the season is going. But hey, I can see Chelsea finishing above Liverpool, and we definitely have a brighter outlook at the end of this negative rainbow. And
do we get two people? Does it really get two people in the Europa League? Is it 5 and 6 go to Europa?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's 7 that goes to conference league.
Okay. Well, maybe you and Tottenham can go into the Europa.
Look, I'm telling you, like the top 7 is going to be the top 6 plus Newcastle. Like that's how it's going to go.
I think Newcastle's making Champions League. That's going to be fun to see them in Champions League next year.
Yeah, and they're gonna go crazy this summer with another round of incomings.
Remember that Twilight run that Ajax had like a few years back? I think Newcastle might be the second coming.
Would it be their first ever season in the Champions League? Have they ever been in the Champions League?
No, they had to have. No, they had to have gone to the European equivalent when Shearer was on the squad. Because remember, weren't they constantly top 4 with Shearer?
No. Oh wait, all the way. Talking Alan Shearer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. So they had to have been in the equivalent back then.
Yeah. I mean, they won league titles back then, I think. Mm-hmm. Best of luck to Newcastle. I think there's one more.
Back to Liverpool. So two-pronged question here. Their trouble. Do you place the majority of the blame on Klopp? And the second part of that question is, depending on how much blame you put on Klopp, do you think it would be in the best interest of Liverpool to explore other options at manager? Or should they just ride the wave?
Yeah. That's a tough one. I think like off the bat, my answer is probably like they need to stick to Klopp. I don't know. Has Klopp ever had to rebuild a squad before? Has he ever been like this long at one club where, you go from like signing money from Southampton, building that whole squad, and then you go to like win Champions League, Premier League, then go down again.
Dortmund, he was there from 2008 to 2015. And at one point, he did have Marco Reus and Lewandowski.
2008 to 15.
Yeah.
It's like 7
2008 to 2015. I mean, that's the longest tenure. Before that, he was at Mainz from 2001 to 2008. Another 7 years. So he did have Marco Reus and Lewandowski on at one point. He did, and Lewandowski. This was Lewandowski before he became Lewandowski. At Borussia Dortmund, he did have some goal scoring issues at the beginning of his tenure, and he did mention that when the reporters would ask him questions about Nunes and his thoughts about the scoring difficulties that Nunes had, he made comparisons between what Nunes is going through right now and what he had to deal with Lewandowski back in that day. So he does have some experience because, it's the Bundesliga and every year Bayern buys everybody and everybody has to rebuild. So I would say he does have pretty good experience with that.
after hearing that, I would say like, okay, what does he really have to fix? Like he already has like basically like a new attacking line. Like it seems like it's a really simple answer for Liverpool. They need some midfielders and some defenders to help them out back there. So why not just sign people this window? You have like a what, half a month left of the transfer window. Why don't you just get yourself a defensive mid, or somebody who can like bench Trent, or at least take some load off of his shoulders and go from there. Like really, like what is going on with Liverpool? Is it really Klopp, or is it more like FSG and their unwillingness to sign players? Like it always seems like Klopp is in the media acting like the journalists are trying to force him to make a signing. Like with it, why does it, like, what's the problem there? Like it seems really simple because he is gonna have to fix the team. So how is he gonna do that?
I would say, if to your first point, if I had to blame anybody, I'd probably put more blame on FSG because they are exploring ways to sell the club. So if they're trying to sell the club, I know if I'm trying to sell something, I'm not going to try and keep putting money in it if I know I'm just going to sell it. So that could be one reason. My second thing I wanted to say is you're right. They need midfield help and defenders. Who are they going to buy? If you say, all right, there's a lot of young stars who showcase their talents during the World Cup. We've seen Shakhtar, and we've seen what Benfica's asking for Enzo. Is going to cost a pretty penny, and Liverpool's known for being cheap. So,
and their owner are trying to like jump ship.
So there's that. Second is, let's say money wasn't even an issue. I still ask you, who are you going to sign?
Well, if you ask any Liverpool fan, they'll tell you they're 100% getting Jude Bellingham in the summer. Even though, like, I don't. Now
Madrid's trying to say something about that.
Yeah.
Rumor has it Toni Kroos is looking to retire. So
there's another player that's been linked to Chelsea a lot that they could sign, but also very expensive, in Declan Rice. He could do a job in that midfield for them.
West Ham is not going to take anything less than 90 million euros. And that's going to be a starting point.
Yeah, I don't know why though. But
I think Declan Rice is worth 90 million.
Charging 90 million.
Yeah, he's worth 90 million. Mm-hmm. He's one of the best. He's one of the best holding midfielders in the league. I think you are. Your
I'm a spoiled
opinion of him is tainted by the play of West Ham.
It's poisoned. And also, I just think he's overpriced. Honestly, I think 50.
I don't think he's overpriced. Okay, so how much would you pay for him?
He's a 60 mil player at most.
Oh, don't disrespect him.
Like I don't disrespect. I just don't see the hype. I've never seen the hype. Like,
bro, he's a really good holding midfielder. Bro, well, 80 million. 80 million is the least anyone should take for Declan Rice.
Also, Declan Rice.
Matter of fact, we're talking all this jazz. Let's go see what transfer market says.
3 years. This is like the third summer of them trying to hold on to Declan Rice. I think his value should have dropped by now. It's like
now you would have. Now you're right. Had they sold them before, they would have easily commanded upwards of 100 million. But I think because they were playing hardball,
they're saying he's worth 80 million. But even that, like
80 million,
true value is probably closer to 65.
Stop it! Stop.
I just think I don't respect him at all.
You're disrespectful. You're disrespectful. You don't respect him because he's at West Ham, and your disrespect of him is tied to your disrespect of West Ham. It's fine to disrespect West Ham. West Ham has never been a serious club, and even the one time when they're serious, they just fumbled the bag. And that bag being Jesse Lingard. I don't know what.
That in 18th place shouldn't be demanding 100 mil for any of their players. Like, a club that is in relegation zone, like it shouldn't be legal. Like it's just wrong. It's like they're extorting the rest of the Premier League because he's English. Like if this dude was from Sierra Leone and he played the exact same way, he would be worth 20, 30 mil at most. That's it. Also, since I'm being respectful, I'm going to bring up Cody Gakpo and how terrible he has been after looking
one game. He's only played one Premier League match.
Yeah, but the failed compilations have already started, and I just wanted to mention it real quick.
Man, rest.
Wow,
rest. He's only played one game. Rest. Like it's not like he's Nunes who's been here for at this point half a season and the guy has really shown nothing. Now, if you want to talk about compilations, okay, I have nothing in defense of the guy because some of the chances he's been missing is just incredulous. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if this is your first time in a new country or not. But Nunes is a different discussion. But go to Gakpo, leave that guy alone. We just got there yesterday.
Hey man, the Premier League it's a tough place to come to. So,
yeah. Yes, but it's a tough place that can give you one game to settle in.
Wow.
Man, already starting to make judgments off of one game. Well, since we're on the topic, it's been a heavy transfer window. It's been a heavy transfer window so far. I think my favorite transfer has been. This might sound ridiculous, but I really like Pablo Sarabia from PSG to Wolverhampton Wanderers. I think Wolves need help any way they can get it, specifically attacking help, because ever since this dude got his concussion, the Mexican forward, ever since he got his concussion, he hasn't been the same. Ever since you guys stole Jota, they haven't been able to score. I say you guys, but ever since Liverpool stole Jota, they haven't been able to score. So this Sarabia is going to be a nice fit. Should add some creativity to the pitch. Should add a little bit more pizzazz and flair when they're trying to finish off some moves.
They also still have their record signing out. Pedro Neto is out, has no return date. Sasa Kalajdzic, cruciate ligament injury, he's out, and that new signing should definitely help. And Wolves actually aren't they're in a weird space where you know what they're capable of. You see it, even against Liverpool today. You can see the speed and the pace they have on the wings, and they still bring on guys like Diego Costa off the bench, and they made a pretty deep run in both cups too. So it's unfortunate what's happening to Wolves. Hopefully,
they just need to put it together. But I do like the signings. They just need to put it together, But I will say the one confusing player is Traore. I don't know of any other player that can show you flashes of brilliance and just nothingness all at the same time.
It's he does it just to remind you that he can, but he's not going to.
Because when that guy is on, he's literally unplayable. You cannot do anything against him with him.
It's Raul Jimenez still in there. They have
I don't know. Jimenez is what I was talking about. He got that concussion. He hasn't been the same.
The Portugal squad in their team, Mateus Nunes, like Ruben Neves. Hey, I don't know. It's kind of unfortunate, but I really like as an attacking unit, and
Hmm.
to see them down there with Everton and West Ham, kind of sad.
Well, all right. Nottingham Forest continuing the major spending they did from earlier in the summer, buying Danilo from Palmeiras. I think this is another good signing because Danilo was someone that I was actually looking at, um, mainly because of his age. A nice young 21-year-old defensive midfielder. You can never have too many of those, but yeah, playing well at Palmeiras
Danilo,
on the season. Um,
21, nice.
let's see how much was his
Yeah,
stats on the season.
better.
1 goal, 2 assists.
That seems suspect. In how many games?
34 appearances.
That seems a little suspect.
I mean, he's a defensive midfield. I mean, how many times is he going to be in the final third to be supplying like that? He's usually the first pass in the build up.
I thought it was a winger for some reason.
What is it?
I thought it was a winger for some reason.
Oh,
But speaking of transfers, are we going to talk about the elephant in the room?
okay, bring it up. I was tired of talking good about Chelsea, but bring it up. Go ahead.
You have not said one thing positive about Chelsea in like 4 weeks. What do you mean?
Are you sure?
Really?
Are you
What?
sure?
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't said anything negative this podcast.
The opportunity to trash talk my team. I let you
Are
off
you,
today. I asked you constructive questions so I can, like repost them later when you lose again. So
yeah, so that's being kind. We didn't talk that much trash about them today. That's being kind.
all right. Well, we have 2 new signings, and we also have like 3 new points. And actually, I think we signed a defender also.
Yeah, you did.
Debut, we signed Fofana. That's like 4 now. I guess
Mm-hmm.
Kuku. It's not like officially official, but it's been done.
Cuckoo, I don't even count him. He's not coming until the end of the year. The season's over. Like,
Definitely
let's only
can't.
talk about the guys that are going to help you now.
Honestly, like I think you asked me this like either last episode or the episode before, like Modric. How that happened and Arsenal lost him, it's just due to like the structure. We matched the amount.
Honestly,
But
and this is how Arsenal lost it. Shakhtar was asking for $1. Arsenal kept trying to give them 75 cents. That's the reason. And you pulled up and said, "Oh, you want $1? Here's $1.10," and they said sold.
it's like I don't know. Arsenal kind of unrealistic because if you still plan on spending the same amount, but you can't like put in things like, oh, if we win the Champions League or if he wins Ballon d'Or, then we'll pay you this much. Like, no, be realistic. And like our like bonuses was like over a period of 7 years for the contract. That's like he said it's like a 7.5 year contract, and it's like if you win the Champions League in any of the 7 years, like they get a bonus, and it was just more realistic. I still don't know like if it was worth that much. Transfer market is saying it was 70 million here, so it's not like the 100 million everybody's screaming that we spent.
No, 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 no. It is 100. Stop it. You
Plus,
spent 100.
it's bonuses.
Yeah.
Bonuses are 25 million, and they're not guaranteed. It's like it's an add-on. So
the only thing that's not,
actually,
let's be honest, the only bonus that you're not hitting is the Champions League. Everything else is attainable.
oh man, Marcus, like we're gonna do something about you and your club. Like you guys are not gonna win the Champions League ever, bro. Like ever. Like
So wait, why does City has to get rid of shots? We're talking about your transfer. We're talking about your transfer market.
okay.
We're talking about your transfer
Speaking of more
strategy with your club.
okay. Sorry, my bad.
We're talking about your endless bankroll.
Hey, got it. Flash it, spend it. Talking about
See, the difference between you and us is we're winning to spend. That's where your money's coming from.
I always thought FFP was gonna cancel City first, but now it's looking like it was always gonna be Chelsea.
We are actually making legal business transactions. We are using our winnings. You know how much we won from the Premier League last season? Bro, we are actually using our winnings. What money are you using? That's the question.
I don't know, man. We just have.
Y'all spent $200 million last summer.
What are you, FFP?
Y'all spent
questions right
Y'all
now.
spent $200 million last summer and won nothing. What prize money did you use? Where was the prize money to offset?
Bro, it's all right. It's fine. Like I'm sure the investigation will be nice and swift. Like, bro, like we're going to be playing in the Conference League anyway, so let's get it.
And stripes and chain and ball and chain attached to your ankles is your business.
No, I actually think that it seems fraudulent on the front, but it's a new ownership group, so I don't think FFP is going to like try to take the club out for spending crazy all this money like in like our first year or first 3 windows. And also,
I think you guys are going to sell a lot in the summer.
If you look like
be a chance.
Also, there's going to be a clear out, and if you look at this, literally every signing we've made, like it's been like a 6-7 year contract for them, and that money is divided in the books over a year. So if 70 mil for Modric is divided 10 million a year for the length of his contract over 7 years. So there's some creative accounting going in, and we're gonna get away with it. Probably.
Good luck.
We probably will get away with it.
Good luck. All right. Last question before we wrap up the episode. And this is mainly just out of my own curiosity, bro. What's up with with Mendy? So are you guys back? Are you guys officially back to Kepa, or is Mendy just injured?
Mendy has a broken finger or something, and he was also coming back from a shoulder injury, so it's just another setback for him. Kepa looked good. I mean, Kepa is such a fascinating goalkeeper because nowadays he'll have these games where he keeps the clean sheet and makes insane saves, but then you have like that game against Man City where he can't. He has short arms like a T-Rex, and he's flapping at crosses. It's insane. Shout out Kepa though; he's doing a good job. Okay. Mendy being out, it's kind of scary. That's another thing. Mendy, the keeper who was like what was it, best goalkeeper last year in the world. He's been out like basically the whole season. Probably played like 5 games, if it's even that much. Yeah. Another reason to see like when Chelsea are healthy and when we're done spending like a couple hundred, maybe like a couple more 100 mil. Oof, we're gonna be so silky.
Do you hear yourself? You spent 200 in the off season. You spent another 100. Yeah. Another 100, another 120. We need January, and you said after another 100, 150.
Yep, take another 150 and invest it in a biomedical company that like makes like iron limbs and give one to Conte. We're gonna.
Ladies and gentlemen, you hear that? This is the same person that was calling me fan of oil money.
I mean,
thank you for watching. That's what we're ending today. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next episode. As always, we appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe, share with friends, do all that good stuff.